I go in and I yell gun on the table and start stitching this wall. And what did I tell my guys? If you see me shooting, find something to shoot at.
Oh, shit.
So the two guys that were coming in with me, there was 4 guys that were on the entry team. One stayed at the door and took outside security, and the other 2 guys joined me as they're right behind me, and I'm just stitching this wall. What did Shawn Ryan do? What did he say last? Find something to shoot. And they're just stitching walls. I was like, and I hear them shooting, and it's loud as fuck. And it's like, okay, my side's clear. And they're like, wait for the lull and fire. And they're like, clear. They're yelling clear, and all this other shit. Bin Laden was always a thing. That's been going on since the late, 80s? He's been on the FBI most wanted list since then, right? So that's almost not an issue anymore. It's like, whatever. He's just still there on the most wanted list. As we used to say, we're in just a normal conversation. And we're traveling around the world and saying, well, if the bad guys only knew how easy it would be to get a plane and fly it. Get in a plane and fly it into, who knows where. DC, obviously, those are the big targets, stuff like that. And just because at the time, it's easy to get on a plane and go anywhere, especially if you're in Africa or in the Middle East somewhere. There's none of the TSA stuff that you see nowadays, or even in those countries now, it's a little bit more stricter.
And you were talking about mindset training.
Yep.
You brought them into a rough neighborhood. I don't know anybody that's doing that, and that's probably the single most informative reality check that you can give somebody is to put them in a situation like that and be like, what are you gonna do?
Unit guys that are coming down this road where the counter assault is supposed to happen. That night, I hear Spectre gunship just tearing somebody up down the road, right? They're so close we can hear the howitzers, the 40 mics, all the machine gun stuff sounded cool as shit. And they're tearing somebody up. And it's jungle, so you can't see exactly what's down there they're shooting at. I can see the plane, and they're just firing up somebody. I'm thinking, okay, they're taking care of business. They're taking care of that counter assault group. Well, from that direction comes these unit guys in a white panel van. And I got this street locked out with my guys, right? And there's cars now starting to try to get out of that part of the city. They're backed up. They're stopped. They're not going anywhere, which is good for me because it's blocking the whole road. And Smitty, my guy Smitty, he's down at the far end of this thing, and he calls on the radio, say, hey, Shawn Ryan, you gotta come down here. There's some guys in a white panel van. I think they're in the Army.